Hello, check check 1 2. Can anybody hear me? I hopefully my microphone is working. I was running a little bit behind time. Maybe that's why my guest might be running behind time because I'm a just to confess, I'm a Manchester United man. So United was playing, and I was just trying my best to watch the game. At the same time, I knew I had to do this live. Okay, the brother is here. I'm bringing him on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for coming. I was running a little bit behind. You know,
Mhm.
just to confess to my viewers, I'm a Manchester United fan. So watching the game and it's disappointing. I think I shouldn't
Yeah,
have ran behind. How you been today, man?
I've been okay, but before we get into it, I would like to, say I'm sorry that you've been a fan of such team. Uh,
You know how you were serious. I thought you were about to say something different. You know, it's,
but it's been many years, many years, but it shows that you're a very loyal person, and
oh, I am. I
yeah,
am. I am.
yeah.
Just to warm up a little bit, I have to ask you, what's your team?
I am a Man City fan, and I've been a
Oh
fan.
man, yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
This life is over right now. We are all going home.
I've been
um,
a fan since oh man, I follow Balotelli, and
okay.
when Balotelli came on board and was playing for Man City, that's when I actually became their fan. But the
Yeah,
crazy thing about it is, as I mentioned before, and I'm sure we will get into it,
yeah,
um, the whole CDC thing, and me saying I'm a member or supporter, considering myself a member.
yeah.
George Weah played for
Ethnicity.
Man City, yeah.
Okay.
So it's always been that.
Yeah,
I was a crazy fan of AC Milan because George
yeah,
Weah played there.
yeah,
Crazy fan for PSG because George
yeah,
Weah played there. So and he played at Man City. So
yeah.
it was just fitting that I settled in at Man City for Premier
You,
League teams.
you know everybody who watch me or follow me on my on everything that I do, they know that everybody that I meet, I call them my new best friend. And
Okay.
now that you're my new best friend, maybe I can get you to Manchester United.
Well,
But anyway, I don't want our viewers to think that we are here for. I see a few people watching already. I
thank
don't
you.
want our viewers to think that maybe we are here discussing soccer. Maybe they may think that, oh man, am I on the right show or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before we get started, I just want to that there's announcement that I wanted to do for Liberian TV Network. I know I haven't been on this live for a long time, so I just wanted to do that announcement first. I just want to say thank you so much to our viewers, for our followers, for giving us 29,000 subscribers on YouTube. We have almost 12,000 followers on Facebook. So I'm very excited for that. I'm thankful to my people back home too for working so hard during the election. We actually we brought all the politicians. We didn't decide, and we didn't get any dime from anybody. I'm very proud of my guys there for working very hard. But anyway, my brother, thank you. Welcome on the show. I'm
Thank you
very
very
excited
much.
to
Thank you
interview
very much.
you.
Yes,
What
sir.
you are here to do, if I were you, I would have done the same thing too. You know,
Thank you.
there's the people have different maybe stuff going on there, different news, different stuff going out there. People so coming out here to tell your side of the story, I think is a good thing. Yeah,
Thank you
but
very much.
yeah, first before we get started, I want you to please say your name
So
and
my
and
name.
yeah, you
Go
don't
ahead.
have to be saying your name, but like tell a little bit about yourself, your name and who you are and something like that. You don't have to say something private.
Understood. Understood. No, but I can share.
Yeah,
My name is Nyowo Scott. I am the son of Gloria Maya Musu Scott. I am, of course, a Liberian, a proud Liberian. I consider myself a patriot. Wherever I go, wherever in this world, I'm all Liberian.
yeah,
That's one of the things that I even lead with is, West Africa, Liberian, and that's who I am. That's what I've
yeah,
always been. I grew up in born, my early years, I was in Douala.
Mm,
So from Douala, Nukutan, all that areas, all those areas that's where we were, and that's where I would go into all of those areas and play football and everything else. And then we moved over to Sinko, 16th Street. My grandfather, the late Colonel Musu, that's where he began the legacy of
mm,
our family. So many years, from what I grew growing up into my teenage years, that was on 16th Street or in Cinco, all
yeah,
along the area. I went to JJ Roberts. Before then, I went to Don Bosco. And then until I came over to the United States and studied and work, and then I travel back and forth. So yeah, I think that's much about me. I'm a football man. I've
mm,
always been into that, of course, inspired by our current president, just the way he represented us, what he stood for, and how he played the game. I've always been involved in that.
yeah,
My mother as well has pushed me to also, as much as I was into football, consider academics too just as important.
yeah,
And she's done that through all of us in our household, and it is very important. I can't really say there's anybody, so between it's myself, my older brother, and my younger sister, three of us that my mother gave birth to, right? So but we always grew up in the house with more than 6 to 7 siblings, and aunties, younger and older aunties, and so forth. And we all had the opportunity to go to the best schools Liberia had to offer. So it just wasn't me going to Don Bosco. We had, all of us, St. Patrick, Don Bosco, Convent, all those places. My mother made sure that she reached back and gave back to not only just Maryland, where she's from, but also to our family members that were within the city of Monrovia and around there.
mm.
She
I
gave
know.
all
Yeah,
communities.
I can relate because my mother, the same thing. Like my brother and
Yeah,
I, all the time we complain. We're like, you know why? We are working. We are trying to help you now. You have to really enjoy yourself. You can't,
yeah.
every morning we say, you can't just keep giving everything away. Like even right now, my brother and I, we are building our mother a house in
Oh wow!
Liberia. And every time she'll be
Congratulations.
saying, help the other family.
Yeah,
We said, we are building your house. Why don't you always
yes,
ask us? She said, I'm your mother. I know you always help me out, but try to help the other family. So it's
yeah,
always good to have a parent that is like that, because
absolutely.
for me during the war, I was in Liberia. I came
Hmm.
across people who my family helped, my mother, my father helped. So I know how that feels. But
Yeah,
I know you got a little bit into your mother, and since you are here to clear her name or to say to speak out on that on the situation going on back home. Can you a little
yes,
bit describe who your mother is? I know some people from the outside with everything going on, they may not really know her as a person. I know you're trying to say something like that when I cut you
yeah.
off. Yeah.
As a person, I think even some of the people who are being unfair, even some of the people who are targeting her, they know her as a person that all she ever wanted is what's best for the country. She's
Yeah.
dedicated her whole life. I mean, since I've known myself, my
Hmm.
mother has been Liberia first.
Yeah.
Whatever it took, under whatever circumstances or even sometimes threats, she served the country through multiple administrations.
Yeah.
Um, but that's what she's done for the country as far as her work. But as a person, Gloria Scott is the kindest, the sweetest person.
Hmm.
She believes in uplifting her people, the community, and there's so many people. Some of the saddest thing is, and I guess is really hard to talk about Gloria Scott and separate her profession from the person she is, but also too, it goes hand in hand. For example, there's so many people right now even practicing law, right? Some of the people who are going against her or my family, you know, she's given back to. She's been their professor of law, right? And
Yeah.
she's helped them along in their career. To sit back now and see some of these people, even some family members as well,
Uh-huh.
it's yeah, it's sad, but it's okay. What she always said to me, one thing about humans, when you do something for them, just do it. Do it from the goodness of your heart and not expect anything back, right? If you receive something back, then it's great. But if when you start expecting something back, that's when they will let you down. And like myself and everyone else, nobody's perfect, right? But that's been some of the saddest thing. And I've reached out to some people that I know directly we've interacted with and assisted to see some of this nonsense. But it's okay. It's okay. It's part of our journey. That's what we're going on. And as a
Yeah.
family, she's always raised us to be fighters.
Yeah.
And we're in this battle, even though we're going against the Republic of Liberia. Like, can you imagine
Yeah.
sometime when I sit and think about it, from what we've given back and done for the country to now she's fighting for her freedom, the
Yeah.
freedom of other family members against the Republic of Liberia, where they are using all of their resources, their
Yeah.
influences, from just being unfair to bullying to threats, all of that. The Republic of Liberia versus Gloria Maya Musu Scott is
Yeah.
hurtful, but this is a process that we have to go through.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. Maybe a lot of people out there they may have read some of these things online. I'm gonna try to tell you what I read online.
Mhm.
According to people, that's what happened, and maybe you can come out to say no, it didn't happen that way, or you can tell us a little bit about what you think happened from your perspective. But you don't have to talk about anything that is in code that may affect anything on the legal level. Based on what I learned, they said that. There was three other women plus your mother in the house, and they had like sharp objects, and they started attacking the person who got killed. And so then the security, there was I think two security guy outside the window check when they were checking. Then your mother saw them through the window. That's when she started yelling. At least that's what I read online. I'm sure there are other people out there that may have read the same thing. And then from there, she told people, the police, that there was a man that attacked them. And that's how the person got killed. So they actually accuse her of murder. They accuse her of criminal conspiracy, and then they accuse her of false.
False
I think
information.
false. Yeah, false information to law enforcement. So, do you want to say anything about that? It's what I just said. If that's what happened, or is that people are just writing
So
whatever?
yeah, I would like to respond to that. And allow me to land, okay? I like to go back sometime and provide some type of, substance. When you see the tree grow, there's roots at the bottom, right? So we want to
Yeah.
get from the bottom and get all the way to the top and get to your question.
Yeah, and you have long time, don't no rush here. You can explain whatever. I think
Thank
people are
you.
here to learn from you.
Thank you. So with some of those things that they've mentioned, and I would touch on it. Sometime it might be in order, but it might not be in order.
Yeah,
Um, So it's fact, right? I wasn't present. Myself, I got the information as well.
yeah,
But what I can go off is the person that I know. When we started off this conversation, you said to me, tell the people about Gloria Scott, the person
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The person that I know, the person who's responsible for so many of my family members, related relatives, even friends of the family. She took them in and turned their lives around. Now they're college graduates, making something of themselves, high level individuals around the world, right? Gloria Scott is nobody that would even want to harm a fly. I can tell you that. All right. So, and then I also want to touch on Chalo Musu. Chalo Musu. Gloria Scott went to Maryland. If most people know the geography of Liberia, you would know how long that trip is to leave from Monrovia and go to Maryland to
Oh
bring
yeah,
someone over back
yeah,
to Monrovia at a very young age, right? 4 or 5 years old. Think about how many years that have been invested everything, just like she's done for so many of us, right? To where she went to high school and then college, and she was about to graduate, received the actual document. That day was a joyous day in our household, and not just in the household that the assassin came into, but worldwide, meaning myself over here we're waiting to celebrate, right? To comment under her Facebook, to give her a call and say, hey, little sis, cousin, Congratulations, right? You've always been part of the clan. Now we're stepping into it because it's always been that to carry on the legacy of Colonel Musu before my mother, and then Gloria Scott, and then now here we come to take this on and carry this on. But still, at the end of the day, is for the betterment of Liberia, right? Chalo was going to be a representative of Maryland. You know, when you think about that, those are some of her aspirations and things that she wanted to do. Now, to address what you said with some of those claims, from knowing those people, knowing Chalo, knowing my other family members, knowing AC, and tell you that she's in her 80s, right? You charge her too with attacking somebody. When at times when you see her climbing the stairs, she struggles. Sometimes she put her hand down on the stairs and climb the stairs to go upstairs. That's somebody that will be involved in attacking and harming somebody. Gloria Maya Musu Scott will do that to somebody she's invested so much to. And I think when you really look at it, that's where my mother feels like she's done the most for our country. When she's able to change the life of an individual, that she can sit back and watch them and see them as they go into the world and be leaders themselves. Even at times, secondhand influences from other people in the family that are now lawyers on our team representing my mother. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Counselor Richard Scott, you don't know how much when I say prayers and thank the Lord to just see, cousin, that you are out there with our team and representing my mother along with all of the other lawyers. It's just like, I don't know. And I don't really want to get into it. This is not a sorrowful story, but I just want to at least express that, right? I told you I would plant my root first and then my tree will grow.
Yeah.
You understand?
Just to let you know, I have people watching, so this is the best time for you to tell, and so you have the flow, my brother. No interruption.
Okay. So now I want to address some of the things because most of those people, I've seen some of the channels, I watched, I've read the comments. It's sad, but it's okay. We're in the midst of it, and we don't expect everyone to believe. The truth is the truth, right? And it stands regardless from now to the end of mankind. The truth is the truth, and that's what it is.
Let me, like, the reason I want those that are watching to understand Liberian TV Network. We are not here to judge this brother or his mother. We are here to give him the flow so he can tell his side of the story. Because as people always say, there's always two sides of this to a story. And one thing I want to say, the reason we have people been following us saying 2011 when I created this platform on YouTube, now we are on Facebook, is because we want all Liberian voices, all Liberian, I don't know how to say it. We want people's voices to be heard. So, and that's why when we are doing something in Liberia, we can show the good, we can show the bad. Whoever government is in power, we can say this is why the government is doing good, this is why they're doing bad. So giving this brother the opportunity, I don't want some people to be feeling some way like, oh, why you like the mentor, you think this. No, the guy has the right to talk. And you, after he talked, you now can think why he's saying. You can make your research and say, okay, maybe this is it, this is that. So I just wanted to clarify that to people that are watching so they understand why I'm giving you this opportunity and telling you you have all the time to talk.
Well, thank you, sir. But, you know, a little bit of my mother, too, is in me as well. And so that's going to come out right now. As a Liberian, I have the right as anybody else. They can go on their radio shows and do all their thing and have their nonsense of time to spread stupid propaganda. And you think I am a Liberian, I would not want to speak. I have the right to speak. Who are you? I'm like every other Liberian that can speak and speak on behalf of my family. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I digress, and let's get back to the topic at hand, what we're discussing, right? So the accusations and all the nonsense you see online, right? I mean, none of those people have been to the house. None of those people know the layout of the house. None of these people even, look, the investigators flat out lied. There are so many things that they lied on. Even themselves gave false information to the court, but a lot of that is coming out, and those are facts. Those are facts from some of their investigate. Why did they hold on to the evidence when we said give it, right? It took them days. They escalated and took the judge to the Supreme Court. If they had all this evidence and everything was set in stone, they went on their radio show. They did a stupid PowerPoint and said, oh, this is the location and this is what this happened. But man, you have beyond reasonable doubt evidence. Why you been playing unfair? Why are you holding on to the evidence? Why can't you give it? Some of the evidence, you can see the flaws in it, right? But that's coming out in court. We're coming out now. We sat back and watched them go on with the nonsense for months and months, harassed my mother, harassed my family, okay, for so many months. Now it's coming down to the place where it's going to be an even field. And I want Liberia to know, I want you guys to pay attention and see what's happening now. The fence, and returning back to the question, anybody can climb the fence, right? But when I say anybody, any able-bodied person, maybe a teenager. So when the event happened, most of the people that got into the yard did not get into the yard because someone ran and opened the gate and people came in to help. Most of the neighbors easily climbed the fence and came into the yard. But when you seen the report and the propaganda that they were putting out to the news, oh, this place is a fortress. It's more protected than the mansion. You know, it just make up all type of nonsense. I know that is part of maybe their strategy. And of course, again, all of this is showing, right? When they said, you know, God don't like evil, you know, Jesus can't pomtaya, all those kind of things like that. You see when things happen in our favor when we have no influence of, right? We're sitting the next day, it comes out into the news that there are two people that are alleged and accused, not from us, right? Which we knew nothing of. We were just shocked. I can't imagine from what my mother's given to the country that we will be targets, right? But those are two individuals that, you know, was alleged that they are the ones, one is the mastermind, the other one is the guy that actually carried out the attack. But again, I digress. Let's go back to my family. From the security that says he saw and witnessed from his location, right? Again, nobody know the house. Well, most people don't. And some of the police officers that were on site, they lied. From where that person was standing, there is no way he can see through pavement to see where my mother was and her location, and that he engaged her first. He said he engaged someone else first, right? So there's so many things. Other people would say, well, how they got into the house, how they break into the house. The house, just so we know, is unfinished. There's part of the roof. If you really want to get in, you can get in from the roof. In addition to that, there were two complaints that people actually got into the house while they were asleep. Okay. And my mother went and filed a complaint to the police. Now you have the director going in court a few days ago and said, well, we didn't do nothing because if she filed a complaint, it was her responsibility to come back and follow up. My man, you serious? You serious? Are you serious? You are supposed to serve and protect every Liberian citizen. So is that what you're saying as a Liberian citizen? If I come to you and say my life is at risk, I'm gonna go come back the next time before you listen to me? I mean, you serious? And you say you serious police director. These are the people that did the investigation. These are the people that followed up. No. And tell you that AC, nor anyone else of my mom will attack Chalo or even harm her. If they said it was, how come they haven't even produced
So what happened that night from you guys' perspective? Somebody entered the house and attacked. Okay.
Yes. What happened that night? There are 4 rooms. One of the rooms is unoccupied. We don't really go in there. They put stuff in there or whichever else. You know, when we have visitors or sometime when the family members come from outside of the country, wherever else we are in the world, is it would be a guest bedroom, as they would say in the US, you know. There is a guest bedroom. So as long as and there is a division within the house to where when the ladies are going to bed, they would close a certain door and lock it off. But when somebody is already in that room, right, and the locks and the doors and they feel like they're secure, who comes out of that room and attack them? That's what happened. He came out of the room and attacked them. And I can tell you right now, there's so many people that are compromising this stuff, and there's so many things that are coming out. I will say, from my opinion, the security was compromised.
Hmm.
And there are evidence coming that connects them to certain individuals. Please, everyone, go to court. We're coming down to it. Go to court is free. You can walk in, you can sit down, you can listen. All of those things that the police said they had with their evidence and everything else, hear it for yourself. All that nyama nyama nonsense they were doing on the radio station, that time finished now. We in court, we talking facts.
So what I want to understand, the attacker came from the room that was vacant, that didn't have anybody in it. Is that what you mean?
That is my assumptions, and that is the assumption of everyone else, because the other rooms were occupied with the
Yeah,
other ladies, like one of
I
my
see.
mother, the other. So that is our, and again, we're saying this to say, when they said there is absolutely no way somebody could have been in there, right?
Yeah,
There's absolutely no way somebody could have been in the house undetected. There's
yeah.
absolutely no way somebody could have gotten into the house undetected. When the car comes to the house, my mother, when she comes from her practicing law, right? She comes back home with all of it could be groceries, it could be documents, it could be all of these things that when she gets out of the car, the individuals in the house will help unload, right? You unload the stuff that was brought home, and then everybody take that into the house, right? Within that time frame, it's a big house. Anybody can sneak in within that. What do we know? What I mean, you have these people. And I heard one of the on one of the shows, there was one guy, I forgot his name. I think they said George something, and he was talking about when you talk about people, when you talk about their reputation and what they've done, look at what they've done, right? So I really want to kind of go back to that. My man, Gloria Scott, there's nowhere in her history that she's ever been a part of any type of military, has been any henchman, has worked for anybody who now boss is serving time for crime against humanity. But those two allege, that's another story. So if we want to talk about people with background who have committed those type of crimes and done some things, it wouldn't be Gloria Scott. Gloria Scott, all she's ever done is given back to the country. And some of you know that deep down inside. But again, maybe it's politically motivated, right? There was an assassin that was in our house. I would say was somewhat unsuccessful because the target was Gloria Scott. Instead, he encountered Charlo. And with all of the exchanges and the screams and everything, and people came on site, we're grateful to our neighbors who jumped over the fence, who came in. Some of them walked in the house through the front door. When I listened to some other people say, oh, the people that got into the house also came in through that small window where the iron bar was chopped by Chapia from the security guard. Just a bunch of nonsense. Just a bunch of nonsense. There are even videos. If you would go back from the day after, there was some press that was on site and they were going live. Maybe y'all can go back and see those videos and see if, like, whoa, is this a fortress, or is just something that was put out into the public by the police force and the investigator to make believe something. Now they sit in court and they can't prove anything. From there, go ahead.
My question is, were there any suspects after all of that? Like, did they, besides your mother and the other people that they accused, did they try to find other suspects at all?
They had no intentions of doing so. They are zeroed in on my family, right? And again, we talk about allegedly, right? When you listen to some things, you listen to some of the individuals that come out that say they know what happened. Some people broke away from their clan and spoke out, but again, they pulled them back in and said that man was just wanted to get visa for America. Was also saying it was a sanction. The police officers were told to stand down, right? Again, that can be allegedly, but to be honest, no. And to answer your question specifically, no. They zeroed in on my family, and that was their focus. They had already started that before. They were lying to the media, the public, and said they had interviewed my mother when they hadn't even interviewed her at that point in time, right? So it was just that. The alleged people, they sat down with them for a few minutes and let them go. So it was just specifically Gloria Maya Musu Scott and her family members were the targets.
But how long it took the police after the streaming and people started coming? How long it took the police to arrive? And because crime scene can be contaminated if you watch all the forensic movie and TV shows
Speaking
and
of
stuff.
contamination,
Yeah,
big brother, you in America, so we talk it contamination, and we think about it from the perspective of, our big brother countries and cousins and all of that. The police, even when they came on site afterwards, people still had access to the house.
hmm,
People were still in and out of our house. So when we talk about contamination, I mean, part of it also is, it's just a bunch of nonsense. It's
hmm,
just a bunch of nonsense that they've created, and they know that what it is. They know who's behind it. But I can tell you one thing, the truth is the truth. Liberia, it was so emotional, right? And again, it was bittersweet to see the people of Liberia stand up against, I would say, an unfair administration, right? To change things around.
yeah,
It was just, we send a message, not only to our country, to the continent and to the world, that we are the leaders of this continent, and we stood up and we are showing people how it's done. And that's one thing right now I feel is hope, right? Because I trust in the justice system. I trust they would do what's right. My family is innocent and they will be not guilty. But beyond that, right, there's truth is still there. Because they're not guilty, that means the murderer, that assassin is still out there, roaming the streets freely. The public of Liberia, they're still at risk because the murderer is still out there. Who knows? Some might say they're being protected, but that's another story, and I digress. It's still out there. And I trust that the administration that will come in will do that to protect the citizens of Liberia, because that murderer is still out there.
yeah. Yeah, man. So, the question that I want to ask from your point of view, after everything you heard, do you think this was robbery or was it like special target? Were they targeting your mother specifically from some of the stuff you heard?
It was an assassination attack.
Okay.
For me, one of the reasons why I think so, right? You can see how unfair. Let's just even put it all away. Just say, forget what I feel, forget what my opinion is. Okay, the police, they say they did their investigation. It took them about 7 months, but whatever. That's how they do investigation, and that's how they did their investigation, right? It took them about 7 months. They did their autopsy, but they go to court and say, oh, we can't determine anything else, even though they did fingerprints and DNA, but nowhere in any of those samples they could detect the specific person that's responsible for the samples that are left in the house, right? They couldn't. All they can detect is a woman chromosome, right? And they've done all of these things, and it's clear to see that they're being unfair. The lead prosecutor lawyer is going on site after the court case and interacting with the jurors. Why? Why are you doing that? If you have beyond reasonable doubt evidence, my man, why do you need to do that? I'm serious. Put yourself in the shoes. I promise you, if it was Gloria Scott, she would be home sleeping because she know the evidence and facts are there. She doesn't need to do that. She doesn't need to fight to move the court from Monrovia way back and behind go back. She doesn't need to do that, right? Why are the police doing that? Why are they doing that? Why are they holding evidence and delaying to provide the evidence? If it's beyond reasonable doubt, why are you doing that? Why are you being all this unfair? The unfairness. Look at Gloria Scott supporters. There are videos out there when they're there on Gloria Scott's behalf, right? When they decided, the police held my mother for a full 24 hours, right? They said, oh yeah, it's part of the law. We can do it for 48 hours. Didn't charge her. Just had her in jail. Didn't charge her. Just held her, right? But they're supposed to be unfair. If you have beyond reasonable doubt evidence, why are you doing all of this? Then finally, the judge let her go. They came back the very next morning and took her back to jail, right? With the charges. Why are you being unfair? Why are you doing all of these things?
Yeah. My thing is, have they said anything about what would be the reason what that your mother would do something like that? I mean, she used to be a senator of Maryland County, right? She served
Yeah.
as a senator in
So
Maryland County.
part of, again, who knows, maybe they might have learned it from somewhere, some individuals outside of our country, right? They put out so many just so many things that they just threw out random theories, right?
Yeah.
Random theories, because somebody will ask, most people are asking, why would a woman want to do that to pretty
To her
much a
own, I
daughter?
think, her own niece or nephew or somebody.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. My mom adopted her, so technically it's her daughter. Why
Yeah.
would she want, if she's invested all of this? When Chalo came from Maryland, right? Chalo had to learn all of, to get to the level to where she's going to school, right? She can comprehend and she can compete intellectually with the other students, right? Those are personal time that my mom is sitting with Chalo as a baby and going through, this is how you read this, this is how you structure a sentence, this is how you do paragraphs, to where Chalo goes to school now that she's in the university and is graduating from college. Do you understand? As a mother, technically that's what she is to Chalo. Have done all of that. We want to do this to Chalo, but you have all this nonsense they're putting on the radio talking about boyo this and boyo that and all kind of stupidness. For what?
Yeah.
For what? Have
In
we ever
Moni-
done nothing like that ever come away? Our family is very peaceful. But one thing about Gloria Scott, if she believes in something, she fights for it.
yeah.
Even if that means she would sit in jail and fight for what she believes in, fight for her legacy, fight for the other family members, fight for the people of Liberia. It is not just Gloria Scott on that stand, it's the people of Liberia being being taken advantage of. Do you understand? Imagine if it wasn't Gloria Scott. There were none of these interviews being had or whatever. There's how many people do we have sitting in jail right now that the government just pretty much just took away their rights and nobody to fight for them? Cannot bring international investors, investigators from outside of the country to now. Oh, Niswa, you always see what's coming. Please go to court, everybody.
Yeah.
Please go to court. Evidence, lab samples, DNA samples were taken by our independent investigators. Y'all go to court and see what's coming. So everybody can be witness to what happened and what the government has tried to cover up. Please, I'm begging everyone.
So,
Yes, I
so
want
my
international. Go ahead.
my question to you: some of the DNA sample, um, did you guys find any suspects in them, or they just clear your mother?
Yes, well,
Oh, you don't have to
that's
answer
coming.
that.
That's coming. That's coming in court.
Okay.
So, and I'm asking everybody now on until the end of the case, if you got some time on your hand, take that time off. You can walk into the court and you can sit down there and listen as a citizen of the Liberian Republic.
Okay.
Please go in and follow all of the same press and even from their radio station should also go as well. You get
Yeah.
the juice now, babun kami divakola, because what it's science. This is science. It's not this propaganda and stupid theories they're throwing all over the place. We're using science now. We're using facts. That's what we talk about, facts,
Yeah.
right? Phone records too. Liberia, go. It's coming down to it now, where we sat quiet and watched them target my mother for so many months with this nonsense fake investigation. Now it's
Yeah.
our time. I think
But
at the end of the day, though, it will be
yeah.
up to the jurors, right? Because we can do all of this, and the jurors they're still going to decide.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for us, we know we're innocent, and we will be
Yeah.
found not guilty.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to all of it.
My question to you: your mother being a very good citizen, based on some of the things that I read about her being senator of Maryland County, she being chief justice, even during the Liberian Civil War, she was involved in like uh, being the chief justice at the time during the interim government.
Yes.
She's also after the war, she was in charge of reviewing the Constitution.
Constitution.
There are a lot
We
of things
wrote the
that
Constitution.
yeah, there are a lot
Excuse
of
me. I
things
want
that
to
I
emphasize on that. I want to
yeah,
emphasize, and I didn't mean to interrupt, sir.
sure I
Thank
will
you
ask
for
a question.
allowing me to speak, right? and
So
speak my mind and press on some things. Thank you
do you
so much for doing the research. Part of the Constitution that was rewritten goes all the way back from our 1847
Oh,
days,
yeah,
right? When
yeah,
the laws and the Constitution was written by people who knew everything, who knew how to read and write.
yeah.
And some of us country people from way bush gribble people didn't know book, and it was just written to only benefit a certain group of people. My mother helped rewrite that. So every Liberian, whether you from the bush, whether you from that is even all across. This is somebody that whole life was about uplifting the not just the common man, but just all Liberians. You think rewriting that was easy? She traveled to every county in that country to where we got to get in the back of Pam Pam, walk in the middle of a creek to reach every people and got their voices, heard their voices, came back and rewrote that constitution so that it was best for every citizen in the country. This is somebody who you would say would raise a child who you taught to read and write and being able to be intellectually can compete on the stages with any of those people that when they're about to graduate would do such things. Yeah, I
Yeah,
digress.
so my question is, after everything your mother accomplished and all the stuff that she did for Liberia, representing Liberia in all of that, why do you think somebody would want to tackle your mother? Is that because of jealousy? Is that because I don't know, like what from your point of view, why do you think that they are targeting your mother to damage your reputation?
My respond, right? I'm going to respond to this, and just as your question said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I think so? Um, the current administration, um, some of their high level leaders, they're from the same region as us, right? They're from the same place as us. You have crew, you have gribble. Those are pretty much the same thing. The tribe, the language, they're very similar. They've always believed my mother should not be with UPP. I mean, the UP party, my apologies. My mother should be with CDC because just that in itself, that connection, that relation, that she should be because she's from that area and most of their leaders are from there. They've come to her many times asking her to be on the ticket, vice president of the CDC, and she refused because she's a UP person. She says her party is her party and she's sticking with them, right? She's went through ups and downs with the same party, but she's stuck with them, right? Refused to go to meetings, presidential speeches, because she just decided and chose to. I don't want to be a part of this administration. There was once where they tried to move a judge, and they wanted her to be part of the team. She refused. They put her name on there by force, and she called them and said, "Take my name off. I'm not going to be connected to your group." I think as a Liberian, that is their choice. That is her choice. That should be her choice to say, I want to go this way and I want to do this way. She has a private practice. She doesn't need the government job. She has a private practice. That it was through her private practice that she's representing other people. She's representing other clients. She went to the UK and represented the cell phone company. I mean, it is, she just chose not to be part of this group. And I think that's where it came from because most of the time when they encounter Gloria Scott in the court, they will lose. And they knew that. So they wanted to eliminate that. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know if you heard about the CPP when all the other groups came together,
Yeah.
right? And it was supposed to be one to go against the current administration. And there
Mm-hmm.
was a breakaway. When that breakaway happened, UP went back to their own place, right? But that group had sued and said they weren't supposed to go. Now, if they would have been successful, Boyka would not be the president-elect as he is right now. So Gloria Scott was in the midst of that. Gloria Scott stood for that and for the UP party and made that happen, right? So where we have now, we're celebrating with the green and all of that. Again, I say it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because I still consider myself the other side,
Yeah.
right? And it's one of the most hurtful things where I was reaching out to some friends and saying, my man, really? This is what we're doing now? Right? some of them responded, my man, what would do? When the order comes from the top, what do you expect from us? There's
Mm.
nothing we can do. All of those people, I guess their jobs are on the line. Their own
Yeah,
safety are on the line.
yeah. But I heard something I think that was yesterday. I think or the day before that Jefferson Kochi, the mayor, he was invited to go to the court. I think subpoena or something. Did you hear anything about that? Or it was
Yes,
that different case?
that is the case. He's going to court.
What
A
did he
few.
have to do with that? Like, if you're mayor, doesn't mean it's so. What do you think? Why is he going? Do you know anything about
Yeah,
why?
yeah, I know why he's going. I will not speak on it because when he's in court, that's what I'm begging all of Liberia and all of the press. The
Yeah,
day that man sitting down on the stand and answering questions for
yeah,
what our lawyers have for him, I would like everyone to be present and hear for themselves. That's all I can say on that.
yeah. So after everything that happened, and I know you are not in the country right now, do you think you are afraid of going back to Liberia? You think people would?
Liberia, my country. Ooh,
Okay,
listen, that soil, that's where my navel string is buried. You think somebody would keep me from that place? That is my country. Like, seriously, I was born and raised. That's who I am. Everywhere I go, I can tell you, I don't like sharing personal stuff, but I can tell you this. When I accomplish things and places that I've been through and where I am in my career right now, sometimes I can't wait to tell my Oma.
yeah,
Oma, you won't even imagine. She said, look, you're from the bush. Don't never let that get to your head. At the end of the day, you're coming back. That's what
yeah,
this is all about. You're in that place to get the education, to be educated by them, to have that intellectual capacity to represent your country and compete on that level for your people. That's what your reason of being there. These are the conversations I have with Gloria Maya Musu Scott. I'm coming back to Liberia. There's no way nobody keeping me out of that.
yeah.
What?
But if your mother is not found, maybe I'm sure you guys have some discussion before where you had discussion with her. If she is not found guilty, no matter how the case goes, do you think this will change how she, because she had done so many things for Liberia, like some of the things that I named earlier. She even helped founded the, I think, Liberia's Women Legislative
Yes.
Group. I
Female
tried to read
lawyers.
all these things. Yeah,
Female lawyers. She's
yeah,
been a professor at the law school for many years. Most of
yeah,
those lawyers that are practicing right now,
yeah,
my mother educated them in the law.
yeah,
So yes, no, it wouldn't change. Even where she is right now, when words come out, when she's communicating, she's thinking about other people.
yeah.
She's looking out. She's still looking out for people. I once talked to her. She said, I've already forgiven those people. They
Yeah,
don't know. They have no idea what they are doing. They have no idea. And also too is a form of jealousy, animosity. But even then, because for me, I believe if I'm the leader and I'm in charge and I make decision for the company, the country, I have all the access. I asked you to come and join us. You refused. No problem. We still won. We're in charge. We're running this. So you stay over there. You don't have to mess with us, but we good, right? But still, you have some individuals. I can explain why they think how they think. I can explain the barbaric mindset. I cannot, right? All we can do now is what is in front of us. And Gloria Maya Musu Scott is innocent. The rest of my entire family, they're innocent, and they should be out. And they should be out. And one thing that I am just so happy about is science. It's about to prove that. It is proving that facts, data, all of that is being proven, and it will be in court. Liberia, please go to court. Please go to court when those men and go sit down in the stands. Y'all go hear for yourself. Don't listen to these radio stations and just myself. Please.
there are some people that I know. There are some people that will say, "Oh my man, that whole justice system in Liberia is not good." Based on how the case is going with your mother, what would you say about that? I know your
No,
mom
I,
is
I think I think I think I believe in the justice system.
in Liberia.
Um,
You're talking about
in
in Liberia.
Liberia's justice system.
Yeah,
Um, People, again, as I told you that I had conversation with some of my friends that I reached out to, is it, my man, that how you looking? And he would say, man, that's how I feed my family. You know, if I step outside, if I do any of these things, who knows, right? Who knows? I could be the next one. I think where we are now, it's somewhat on a little bit of a I think it's more even now. Now we're defending ourselves. They had all of this, how many months to build their case, and they had so many, like 19 witnesses. Some of them didn't show. Some of the ones that show, they would interrupt when they're being cross-examined and say, "Oh, we want to let's come back tomorrow." Interrupt with all the nonsense and the games they've played. Now we're sitting here with facts, and we're coming with that. I believe. I trust in Liberia. We've stood for something. We show that. We've just shown it just now, just recently, the elections, that we stand for regardless under all the different circumstances, under all the threats, because there was lots of threats about if the election goes one way, what would happen here, what would happen there. And Liberia still stood for what was right. And I believe those are Liberians that are in the justice system, and they would do what's right. And I believe that.
Do you think the police could have done better, or they did what they could, what is good?
Yes, I think the police could have done better. But again, at the end of the day, it wasn't their intentions to do better, right? They didn't have any. I believe they were following orders to say this is what we want and make it happen. All right. So here's the conclusion. Figure out a way to get to it. If you notice, for a good bit of time, they were going back and forth with Musa, right? Whereas is we need evidence to charge this woman. There's no evidence. There's no evidence. And then what they did, they went on a campaign. They turned against Musa. They put him on start putting nasty things about him on the radio, making all type of stupid suggestions about Musa and my mother date, all type of nonsense. Until then, it was someone else that came with it, right? They said, oh, the grand jury came and gave the charge or whichever. But even if the grand jury is involved, again, those people, it's threats all around. Everybody they've been afraid for their lives, their jobs, and all of those things. I mean, those people just been running around our country with no check and balances and threatening and just bullying the whole country.
So I know if I was in your position, I'll be doing what you're doing, trying to clear my mother's name and stuff like that. From your point of view, I just want to ask you, what are you trying to accomplish from this interview? For me, it will be clearing my mother's name. What are you trying to do?
No, I want to, we stayed quiet for a good while because we know Gloria Scott, she's a legend in that industry, and not in the industry, in the profession. So we know when we were preparing ourselves for the battle that was before us, because it was clear from the very beginning, the investigations and their intentions, who were the target of their investigations. So it was clear, and that's what we were doing. What I want people to know is there's been so much of this thing that has happened that has been unfair. They interfered with so many things. I also saw online that people were saying, oh yeah, it's not the judge that can tell those people to come. It was actually the lawyers that did that. But if you understand, it's been so many times we tried to do that. To even launch our own investigation, we had to escalate. We had to go to the Supreme Court because it was rejected. The reason for our own private investigation we wanted to do, it was rejected. And they were saying, well, it's too early. You have 5-6 months to do your investigation. We want to do our own independent investigation. They rejected it twice. We had to escalate to the Supreme Court. We had to escalate.
What was the reason for rejecting it?
It was too early. That's what they said. It was too early. What do you mean too early? When are we supposed to be able to do our own investigation and defend ourselves? All of this stuff I'm saying is not just made up. It's facts and it's public records. The press, if you're watching, go get the court minutes. You will see for yourself. The ruling was it's too early. The argument from the lawyers, the prosecuting lawyers, is it was too early. It was too early to do an investigation, for you to do your own investigation. We fought for those, right? And then when it was given to us, it was with conditions. The lead investigator, the pathologist, had to go to an interview by the Liberian Medical and Dental Council. This is somebody who has represented and came into the country, right, and provided the same service to the government multiple times. Didn't even have to go anywhere. Came in, they had a car for him, and he went and did his thing. But when it came to Gloria Musu Scott, we had to take a whole month and a half before they can say, okay, you qualify enough to do the job. Now, keep in mind, Their pathologist, their pathologist, his when you look at his credential and you compare it to ours, there's no comparison. No comparison. Absolutely no comparison. Even in when he was in the country, we went to see the body. You know this in Moses, man. He said, nobody coming in here because I didn't get any approval. I didn't know y'all was coming. We had to fight for almost a whole day that we are supposed to be here. We have ruling from the court that we can do our own independent investigation. Their own pathologist came and said, well, you can't see the body because it's frozen, stiff block. It's frozen. You can't see the body. It would take 2 weeks. We had to fight for that. And somehow when we were able to see the body, miraculously, it was some mysterious unfreeze happened that the body was thaw out and we could do our own investigation.
Wow.
So many of these things happened while we were going through our process, right? While we're going through this and being humiliated and being all type of nonsense they're putting out. Now, mind you, the day of the attack, we left our house. It's still, we're not supposed to go back there unless we go there with heavy police presence and someone looking over our shoulders to do things. Fine, let's do our investigation. But we had to fight to even get access to our house. Now, when you look at it, it's been looted. The police are supposed to be protecting it. They're looting our house. You see how unfair this has been. Oh,
it's bad because let me say this. It's bad because if you say, okay, I'm gonna lock down the house because it's a crime scene, but at least you should have police protecting the 24 hours.
No. The house is being looted. This is, again, when I talk about being unfair, the police director is sitting in court. They ask him, why is it that you didn't take action? He said, well, the woman didn't come back and follow up on her complaint.
About the looting?
No. This is different. I'm just going through the different sequences of how unfair they've been.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But no, yeah. That is also, yeah, that's happening right now.
That is unbelievable to say, okay, it is sometimes when police, when there's something happen in a house, like especially killing happening, they actually sometimes they lock down the house, but they also have to have people protecting the place. They can't just leave the place to be looted. That's really bad. It's like, wow, that's
no, I mean, still at the end of the day,
yeah,
B brother, you don't even have to hear it from me, right? The police, they say they strongly believe if my family committed a crime, let's go to court, right? Do your thing. Defend what your charges are and prove to the Liberian people that the accused are guilty. You don't need to do the other stuff. Why are you doing it? What do you have to hide? Why do we have to go through all of this? Just let us defend ourselves, right? Let us defend ourselves. That's all we ask for. Stop going to see the jurors. Stop going to compromise the jurors. Stop going. When the case first happened, it was documented that the judge said, somebody came to my house and I want that to be on record. Liberian people, go look at those minutes, those court minutes, and see why does all of that have to happen if they have beyond reasonable doubt evidence. Please, everyone, moving forward, if you have chance and you have time, go to the court and witness what's happening in the court. That's all. That's my purpose of coming on here and wanting to talk to you. I'm so grateful for you giving me your time and allowing me to speak.
No problem. I mean, this is what our channel is about, just to give every Liberian opportunity to, because you see, I work out here in media. I work for some of the biggest network, and I can say on video live, there are people that follow me that know that. And I know in Liberia, a lot of media, how people do things is far more different than how we do it here. I know all the media here, they are not perfect. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of time they try to, get to the bottom of things. They try to tell both sides of the story. But in Liberia, even during the election, I saw some media got paid to be with one political party, and other people get paid to do this. And I think for me, when I came here a long time ago to the United States, I grew up I was in Liberia during the war, and one thing that I learned was, during the war, the radio station would say this about somebody, and they would say this. They say I say. There was not real media thing. So because of that, it created more problem. When I came to, that was one reason why I founded the platform. Number two reasons were, when I came to the US, when you search your YouTube, all you saw was rebel, all this stuff, and I was like, no, it has to change. So at the time I was going to school, I didn't have money, but I still tried to pay people back home too. Go around, show things. Hey, this is why Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is doing good. This is why she is doing wrong. Josh Weir time is the same thing. It didn't change. And so for me, it's sometimes we show development, sometimes we show things that they need to work on here. They need to pick up their trash here. And the same way, I want to give Liberian in situation like this, I want to give Liberian the opportunity to come out here to tell the other side of the story, to express themselves, you know. So for me, it's the reason why I like doing this, you know, and this is the reason why I work in the media here too, because as a and this is one of the reasons I haven't, like, a lot of time people ask me, hey, can you work for us, be full-time? I said no, I like to be freelancer, because as a freelancer, if I don't like working with you, I'm going to the next person. I'm not gonna stay with you if I
Right.
feel that you're not doing the right thing.
Right.
I believe in bringing the truth to the people.
Thank
But anyway, based on this thing, I know in Liberia when something happens, there's always they say, I say, and because of that, people are getting the wrong information.
Yes, sir.
If you have to rate the general population, some of the response you guys are getting, how people are treating the case, how will you rate it? Good, bad? Like, how do, from the people themselves, Liberian people in general, do you think a lot of people are on you guys' side, or other people are saying no? Because the reason I'm asking you the question, I was talking to somebody, and the person was saying that, man, that woman who has all this all the history of doing good for Liberia, why would she kill her own person like that? And
So,
so that's why I'm asking you this,
yeah,
but
yeah. No, I think
you're getting wrong information. So how are you, how would
no.
you rate?
At the end of the day, we're so grateful to Liberians, even during the time to where even some of them risking their lives to give us inside information, right? Or some of them even reaching out when they have high level positions in the government to say, "I'm sorry, I know you guys didn't do it. There's not much I can do, but you have my support," right? I mean, massive support from all across the country. So I would say that yes, there's the other side, right?
Yeah,
And they believe whatever they want to believe. They listen and they take all of those nonsense and theories into their head. We love them too because they're being misled, um, and it's sad. Again, family members, some of them, I've reached out to and expressed, my disappointment and but also, made them aware to say, well, at least now I know who you truly are,
yeah,
and but it's fine. It's fine. We're just grateful for the support we received. And
yeah,
even after the election, I mean, it's increased and people are being more vocal now, and because the truth is the truth. You can see it. Even the people that were supporting this, right? That was pushing and saying, yeah, yeah, that mama go to jail. They know deep down in themselves. Like, even, I mean, seriously, Gloria Maya Musu Scott, all she ever want to do is to uplift the country. That's all. That's
yeah,
all it's ever been. But we're here now. I don't think I want to rate our people, whether they, like us or don't like us. We're just happy for it all. We're
yeah,
grateful. I'm grateful to God. Gloria Maya Musu Scott is still with us on that night, the 22nd of February, when
yeah,
their assassin was actually in the house, in the same space with Gloria Maya Musu Scott. It's a sad thing. Rest in peace, Chalo. Her death would not be in vain. It will not be in vain. I can assure you that. The murderer is probably watching this right now, or it
yeah,
would get to him, but he still is out there, or she, or whoever it is. The murderer is out there. And we're just grateful, man. We're grateful to God. We're grateful to the people. We're grateful to, and, for me, people would say, what's your beef with the current administration? I really, just them being unfair. If you say you believe my mother is guilty and my family is guilty, then allow us to defend ourselves. That's all we ask, right?
yeah,
Because we're all innocent, they're all innocent. So that's my beef with them. I'm still a supporter of the president. As I told you, when this thing opened up, I'm a Man City fan because the president played there, right? I have jerseys of him, even his son now,
now
playing for
now
New York.
now the lights about to go off somehow.
Well, thank you very
I'm
much
just
for the
messing with
time,
you.
sir.
I'm
Oh,
just messing with you.
I see.
The Man
I
City,
see.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm Manchester United. So
Yes,
when you
sir.
said
Yes,
Man
sir.
City, I said, okay, maybe they will be doing like, okay, we are having technical difficulty. We'll see you guys next time. No,
Well, thank you. thank you
I,
to the Liberian people for at least listening to our side. We've
yeah,
been quiet.
yeah,
I will say though,
yeah,
um, we believe in the law. We believe in the justice system,
yeah,
right? And we are fighting for our freedom right now. But within that as well, and all of the theories and their radio station with the propaganda and all of that, we will see them in court as well too,
yeah,
because they violated our rights by making some claims and claiming that they have actual facts to
yeah,
show proof. We have all of those, and we have all intention of meeting them in court and making them prove to us where their facts and where they got it from, and to the Liberian people, and they would pay for it.
yeah.
That's all I have.
Before you go, there's maybe one question, but maybe two. Yeah. I just want to ask this quick one. I know something when you live in the US and you go back home, something happened, your friends out here, something they will say, oh, that place there, that Liberia there is not good. You shouldn't have gone there. Yeah, what are some of the response you're getting from your friends out here?
I think most of my friends, they know, and then sometimes by default they would say you just being like Gloria Scott is. I'm a patriot to the core. I
Yeah,
don't even indulge myself in those type of conversations of sit around anybody to speak ill of Liberia.
yeah,
Doesn't matter if I'm in the United States, if I'm in Great Britain or in Germany or anywhere else that I've traveled in the world. Liberia is the best as far as I'm concerned, and right now is in the right place. If you're
yes.
an investor, you should be going to like on the plane going to Liberia right now.
True.
All
That's
of
true.
these countries, they had their humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Liberia is ripe to surpass so many of these countries in the continent of Africa, in our region, and everywhere else. So I really don't indulge myself in that, and most of my friends know that, so they don't even.
You're true you're very patriotic. I can say that for sure because all the time I've been talking about you in
Yeah,
this situation. A lot of people will say, "My man," they will just be disappointed in Liberia. There are a lot of people who ever went to Liberia, they come back and they say, "I'm not ever gonna go back again." But since we've been talking, with all this stuff that happened, and you still been talking good about Liberia, and you've been talking good about the president too, even before we started this live. You've been saying that, this can change my mind on certain things, but this is what I feel is wrong. So this is a very good thing. I don't want to keep you too long. I know yeah, usually I'll do this in 1 hour, but I don't want to keep you too long.
thank
Is
you.
that Do you have final thing to say before we go?
I just want to say thank you to the Liberian people for all the support. Thank you as well for
Yeah,
allowing me to come onto your show and speak on behalf of my family. And it's the truth and only the truth. Give my opinion as well, because yeah, someone can easily make an argument to say you're just being biased because it's your family. True. But I also know my family will not do that, and that's true. Yes, it's my opinion that I'm giving because I wasn't there at the time, but I've heard, and they gave me their account of what happened, and it's playing out in court. But I'm just grateful to the Liberians for sticking with us, supporting us, or even the ones that haven't chosen side. They just, they're listening in and they're following the case. I'm just grateful for all of it. And thank you to our people. They send a message for the election, and we believe that Liberia stands for something, and that's who we are.
yeah,
I'm so optimistic about the future of our country. You don't even understand. It's
yeah.
sad that my family is going through this, but I can't wait. And I'm coming back home. Nobody said for will be inside that my
Will
country.
be inside that team. That other that country, that's because
Exactly.
they live on the local. But I really want to thank you for coming on here, and please keep doing what you are doing. Don't listen to
Thank
what
you.
people will say. I think you are a great son. Just
Thank
keep
you.
doing that. Keep believing in Liberia too.
Yes.
Nobody mess with my Liberian business. I could be maybe talking to Snoop Dogg, Jennifer Lopez, or whoever out here. I'll be saying,
Yeah.
everybody knows me to be the guy from LIB. That's just all you
Exactly.
know there. That's all.
LIB all day, every day, wherever I go. That's
Even
it.
during the Ebola time, I had a producer friend that invited me to. There's a little TV show that came out that time called The
Mhm.
Real Husband of Hollywood with Kevin Hart, Nick
Mhm.
Cannon. And we went there, and that time people would be looking at people from Liberia as a
Uh-huh.
Ebola person. But I went there, when they asked me, I said, I'm from Liberia. I'm from Liberia. Because of that, the producer friend, she really liked me. She said, Jefferson, you are real. With everything people were saying, you still came out here and saying you are from Liberia. I said, Liberia will always be my country, no matter what.
Right.
Liberia will always be my country. So it's good to see another Liberian who believes in our country. No matter what happened, we all can make Liberia better. Even if
Yes.
we feel that people are not doing the right thing, we can go there and influence them to be better. So just keep doing your thing, my brother. Thank you for coming
Thank you.
on.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. You
I'm,
have a
I'm
good
gonna
day, sir.
stay on here a little bit and do my thing before going, but see you next time. I'll bring you here next time for sure. If you have something going on that you want to talk about, you can always come here.
Absolutely. There are a few projects that I have in store, and what's priority right now is my mother and my family safety. But as soon
Yeah.
as we get beyond that, there are a few things that I'm working on that not only will be beneficial for myself, my family, but the Liberian people. So I'm
Yeah.
just so excited on what's ahead, and just man, I'm just excited for our country and what's to come. So thank you for everything, sir. Thanks for allowing me to speak.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too, sir. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. That was the former Chief Justice son, and this guy came out here to clarify things from their perspective. I just want to say thank you to everybody who've been watching. Before you guys go, we just reached 29,000 subscribers and on YouTube. I'm very excited. If you are on Facebook, you're watching from Facebook, you can go subscribe our YouTube channel. It's called Liberian TV Network. Just Liberian TV Network. If you type that, you'll find it. We are one of the popular and consistent content creator on YouTube. And I'm not just bragging about it, it's real, it's truth. Doing one thing I'm proud of my team during the election, we kept bringing different people campaign. Nobody were paying us. Press conferences, we go to press conferences without asking for pay. I know a lot of the media in Liberia. If you have a press conference, they go there, you have to get them smoothing, but we were not doing that. We were not asking for smoothing. This is what I want to do. I want to keep taking this up. Liberian TV Network, I want to create a platform that will always do well for the Liberian people, that will bring the truth. If one thing I want to tell you, if you haven't subscribed, you should know one thing: we are not one-sided. If something is good, we will show it. If it's bad, we will show it, because sometimes we want our leaders to do something. For example, recently we showed the new Redemption Hospital that they were building. Everybody were happy, and some people started arguing among themselves, saying it was adding Justice Solid project, it was Judge Weah project, all of that. Well, that is not my area to tell you who project it is. I just have to show you this is what government of Liberia is doing. Whether it was Ellen Johnson government or Judge Weah government, at the end of the day, it's taxpayer money. So you'll see something like that. Another time you'll see me going to red light market showing the trash. Like, hey, you'll see my guys going to red light market showing the trash. And because the thing is, sometimes we interview people and they say, oh, the trash been here for 2 years. And you are thinking, how would this thing be here for 2 years? What is this mayor doing? So sometimes we try to show these things, and when we feel that when some of these leaders are embarrassed, they will take action fast because nobody's showing these things. They won't take action because nobody was showing them. That's why the trash were there for 2 years. But one thing I want to tell you, I'm still here. If you want to come on this show live to chat with me a little bit, I know I haven't done live forever. Thank you to my friend for making me come here. But from now on, I'll be going live. Recently, my job was really busy. I was traveling all over the country. I was going to different places, from hotel to hotel. I was doing all of that, and so I didn't have the time to do stuff. I've been a little bit busy. I've been still been planning my trip to go to Liberia. I know a lot of you who've been watching me forever, you've been looking to say, hey, when are you going to go to Liberia? But one thing I want to tell you, if you want to come to this show, if you want to come on this show to do little chatting, Q&A, if you want to come here and promote your business right now, just email us liberiantv@gmail.com, and I will send you the link to this show right now. If you try to join from Facebook, it's not gonna work. So I'm using a third-party platform to be able to go live on YouTube and go live on Facebook at the same time. So if you want to come here, you chat with me, and so you can just email us liberiantv@gmail.com. If you have any question, Q&A question right now for me or for this Liberian TV channel, hey, you can ask me. If I can answer, I will just tell you no, I don't want to answer that. I'm not hiding nothing, but sometimes something's supposed to remain private sometimes. But yeah, I want to say thank you again to the viewers. Liberia, I've been really involved in Liberia a lot. I got my friends, my guys there. They are working hard each day. They're bringing video. They're showing you guys better content now. Our content, the content that we are putting out there, yeah, we are giving you good content now than before. And I'm very excited for Sally, for Samir, for Patricia, for the new person we had, Johanna. It's going to be fun. You guys will see very good content. And then by the time I go to Liberia, it will be better. I recently bought a little microphones. I know sometimes you guys suggest, hey, why the microphone is not 100% good. So I got 1 minute. So I got these microphones for my guys to put on their shirt, and if they are interviewing somebody, they will have this microphone on the person. And I haven't said anything to them. So if any of my guys are watching this, I'm sure they will be surprised because I bought these things. This is for basically we use our iPhone to record the video. So this part of it goes on the iPhone, and then these two microphones, when you turn them on, they automatically get connected and they will give you quality audio, really good audio. And so I just bought this. So we are getting ready for really good production for Liberian TV Network. We have great stuff coming up. We will have soon. We will have representative in we will have represented in the southeast. We will have represented in other places. People that will be going around different places and be bringing Liberian culture, uh, political stuff, all kinds of stuff. So you guys get ready for that. For me, I've been doing that. At the same time, I've been helping my brother to build our mother house in Liberia. I said that I want to build my mother house first before I build my own house because the old lady been working so hard for us. She worked very hard to help her children. She deserves it. I'm praying to God to keep doing that, to keep working on that. I myself, I'll build my own mansion. That's the plan. So y'all keep supporting Liberian TV Network so that I can make more money. And then, um, if you ever want to help us, because you see all these things that we are buying, if you ever want to donate to our page, we have a. If you go to our main page on YouTube, you will see our you will see our donation page there. You'll see a little link on the main page, or if not, you can email us Liberian TV Network at gmail.com. And this is it, Liberian TV, not network, Liberian TV at gmail.com. And then we will send you the link to how you can, different way, whether it's Venmo, Cash App, even money order in Liberia. We can, mobile money, I think that's what they say, mobile money. But anyway, that's not the main reason I'm here. But yeah, so anybody want to come here, you want to have Q&A, my brother was here. If you are just joining us, you are late. He was here a few minutes ago and he just left. Yeah, Samir, I can see Samir is online. Samir, yeah, I'm sure you saw this. This is a very nice microphone. You can put this on your shirt and you will get the best quality video. For you, you always do all the press conference in Liberia. So this will be a very good microphone. It has very good quality, and you don't have to do much. You just turn it on so the microphone is on you like that as you're talking, and then this piece you just connect it to your phone. Like, let me tell you this: like you do this, you plug it in. That's it. Oh, you see, it's trying to. connect my phone. But anyway, then this one you just turn it on. There's an on button, and there you go. So we will be doing very good quality video. So the on button is somewhere there. You push it for a few minutes. Liberia, I can't wait to go to Liberia because I haven't been in that country forever. I think all these things you guys see, I'm grateful to all these hardworking people who and I been working together from the beginning. It wasn't easy. Anything you do in Liberia, sometime I got to be honest with you, it's not easy. But finally, I found some people who've been willing to work hard, and we all collaborate and to get these things going. Even like I tell you, even getting involved with my brother to be our mother house isn't that easy because it's you gotta keep pushing, 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 pushing. It's not easy. It's not, and Liberia is not like here in the US where if you are trying to buy the house, you can go to a bank and they will give you a loan and you do that. So everything you do, you have to take it from your own pocket. So this is one of the reasons that we are just focusing on building our mother house. Once we are done with that, then we say, okay, let me go build my own mansion too, because my own house will be made in that house. Let me see. Congratulations to Liberian TV Network team. Thanks CEO for those microphones. Can can't wait to use as soon as possible. Don't worry, those things will be coming soon. Who is online? You guys comment. Let's chat a little bit. I know you guys haven't seen me forever. My job got in the way. I've been busy. I've been working hard. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've worked recently. I got a chance to work with people like John Legend. He's an American top musician. I work on this project with him. Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you watch the movie Commando, and he was governor of California too. I worked with even Bill Clinton, the former president of the United States. I was so happy to work on the project with him. I worked with so many people recently, like the list go on. Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg too. I was on the project with Snoop Dogg. I was on the project with Chris Tucker. I was on the project with so many. The list just continuing. I've just been happy to be doing this thing. So all of you who asking me why we haven't seen you. It's been a long time. Yeah, my guys that are doing the video, somebody has to pay them. So I want to focus on working hard so that when the month end, they are not like some of the journalists in Liberia that don't get paid for 2, 3 months. So it's the reason I've been working hard too. But it's not just that reason. I enjoy what I'm doing. My career is not everybody, not a lot of time you go work with a major production companies in Hollywood that you meet Liberian. There are Liberians here, a lot of Liberian working in the thing too, but not every time. Not everybody's lucky to be in this position where you're going to places, they're paying for your free hotel, they're doing this. It's just amazing. But I can't wait to go to Liberia and take all this knowledge, all these things that I'm learning, to take these things to Liberia and train people, train more people to learn how to do the production, to also be a very good media. Our country been through a lot, and I want to create something that will be different from others. I don't want to go to press conference and asking the people, oh, y'all got to get a small thing before we come to the press conference. I want to show up to the press conference and just get a content and go home. If you are a business, yes, then you have to because you're a business. But anything other than that, like the brother who just came on, he's a Liberian who needed to, the people need, he wanted people to hear him. He wanted to be heard. So I want to create this platform where people can come and express themselves. We can show things. We can show more to the world. We can show, um, we can take Liberia to the world. I think that's the new thing now. But I just want to be grateful to all our followers. Sometimes I get surprised when I go to a place and somebody will say, "Oh, I've been following you since 2011 from the time you created that channel." I said, "Really? You've been following me that long? That's really great." It's always amazing to see a lot of people who've been supporting our channel. There are a lot of people who've been encouraging us. So it says it's been a very long time. Who want to come on the show? If you email me and you want to come here, I can send you the link. Just email me, liberiantv@gmail.com, and comment, say, I just email you. I'm going to do it while I'm live, because I know sometimes people email me right after I leave the live. Then they're like, oh, I wanted to talk on the show. What are you doing this from Facebook or YouTube? Just email me, tell us, liberiantv@gmail.com. I just email you. I want to come on the show so we can have discussion. We can have discussion about the election. We can have discussion about other things. Speaking of the election, I am so happy and proud of Liberian people for the this going election. I think it's not just the presidential election. There was a lot of changes. There were new people that were elected. And my thing is, Liberia, we should want better for our leaders. We don't want the man trying. We want, when people go to Monrovia, let them take pictures and post these things, great picture, and say, wow, this is Africa. This is Monrovia, one of the cleanest city in Africa. We want people that will leaders that will take power and hire the right people that will do well. So for me, I this election was a perfect example to all the politicians. This election that just happened was the perfect example to all the politicians who just felt that they can be in power forever. Some people lost their job, and I'm not just talking about the presidential election. I'm talking about other area. Um, people lost their job, and next time when they get in power, I'm sure they'll do better. We want people that will do great. We don't want people that will say they try. Some of us here, we're working hard to get to a certain level, because I don't believe in try. Everything that I do is straightforward. I want to get it done and do it better. So our country deserves better. Liberia deserves better. We need people that will do better. But one thing I want to talk about Josh Weah, even though some of us, I can't say I supported him or not, but one thing I want to tell you about Josh Weah is he's very patriotic. The fact that he accepted the election results before they even announced the final results, I think it should tell every Liberian that this guy is very patriotic. Let's just give the guy the flower while he's still alive. Um, Joseph Boakai, we hope he will do great. We hope that the Southeastern region didn't vote for him, but he should really focus on building a role over there. Because if you ask me about the Josh Weah administration, one thing I think one mistake they made, they were focusing on building proper houses in the Southeastern region when they could have built roads in the Southeastern region like Rangida, places that were bad. The money you spend to build proper houses, you could have built roads going there. Because let me tell you this: if you build road going to Grand Gide, the Grand Gideon themselves can work hard. They got farm, they got these things. They can build their own houses and build even better houses. So I think Liberia road connectivity, I always preach this. Road connectivity is to be a big deal for Liberia at this moment. Connect the entire country from Monrovia to Grand Gide, River G, Maryland, from Monrovia to Grand Bassa, Riverside, Sino, Grand Cru, Plebo, from Monrovia to Lofa, in everywhere. If the country can be connected, I will guarantee you, Liberia within the next 10 years, Liberia will be one of the best countries. The thing that is affecting Liberia, when people go to Liberia, a lot of times they just stop in Monrovia or they go around anything closer to Monrovia, like Niba County, Grand Bassa. If you can take a look, those counties that have good roads, they are doing far better than counties that don't have good roads. That's why Liberia need to focus on the area. I'm praying that Joseph Boakai really do. He focus on that more than any other thing. Building community parks is great, but the number one thing Liberia want is the road connectivity. Number two, Liberia need sanitation, because I mean, they say first impression before you think about other things. Before, when you enter somewhere, you enter somebody's house, before you think about whether the door is good enough when you are sleeping, whether nobody will break the door and enter, all of that. But when you first enter the house, you want to know how clean the place is. And so sanitation is a big deal for Liberia. Countries like Rwanda, before they started doing certain things, they had their road built. And that's what I'm really I hope people around Joseph Boakai will really advise him to do something about the road connectivity in the country. I think if you ask me, that's the number one thing. Road connectivity in Liberia will change overnight. And one day you guys will watch this video and say, man, that ball was red. That ball was red. But that's true. Road connectivity in Liberia is a very big deal. The country is not connected right now. You can go to Maryland from Monrovia Street. You have to stay, like, people can go to Grand G there, and they can go to Sino County. It's kind of hard unless you go through you go the different way over the ocean. But I think if we can build our roads, that would be number one thing. Number two thing, sanitation is a big deal in Liberia. And I mean, the rural part of Liberia, a lot of people praise those places that sanitation is great there. So I just want the new government to make something about that. Some people say Judge Weah administration were trying to build a road, but it didn't happen. Some of the places are still affected, from Nimba to Grand Jide, from Grand Jide to River G, from I think from Grand Bassa to Riverside, from Riverside to Signer, from Signer to Grand Crew, from Grand Crew to Maryland Plebo. All these places are there, and there are other part of Liberia too that we don't have good roads. So I just hope that this will happen. Yeah, so I would just say, if you're just joining me, I'm here. I had the interview with this guy, and with my new best friend, and he's done. So now I'm just here talking because I haven't done live in very long time. If you're watching this on Facebook, you're saying, "Oh, it's a star." If you're watching this on Facebook, don't forget to follow us too. Don't forget to follow us on Liberian TV Network. We are trying to grow our Facebook page. We just reached up 29,000 subscribers on YouTube. We are trying to also we are continually I don't know how to say. I got cold, yeah, so I'm a little bit confused. We are trying to build our YouTube page. I want to see our YouTube page to 50,000 subscribers, to 100,000 subscribers. Then I can say, I can say, yeah, we are there. So subscribe us if you're watching on Facebook. Subscribe us if you're watching on YouTube. So follow us on Facebook. It's just the same thing, Liberian TV Network. If you type that in, Liberian TV Network, you will be able to do it. If you want to come on the show to just say hello, the email is there, LiberianTV@gmail.com. And just come here and message us saying that I just email you. Let me come on the show. I'm here for the next few minutes before I go. You can come if you have any question too. You can ask me Q&A question. I have a lot of people watching, but you look at these people. You're shame, man. Who want to come here and just speak Kolokwa too? I'm down for that. Kolokwa competition. I'm down for that Kolokwa competition. It's a lot of people are here, but they don't want to. People are here, but they don't want to comments. They want that Liberian people say they are ashamed. They don't want to look at me say. They don't want to say. So what you guys up to now? You guys should come here, like have some good time, like let's talk, let's speak colloquial, let's talk politics, let's talk about what you think Liberia need, let's talk about our country, let's talk about a lot of things. And after your comments, if you want to come on the show, just come here, comment, say, hey, I want to come on the show. After you send an email, just say, hey, I want to come on the show. Then I'll bring you on. Should I put the show link in this? I'm thinking about it. Maybe I can put a link here so anybody can click on the link and I can bring them on. So maybe it'll be easy for them. So let me try something. Oh, let me see. Prince Sagba. Let me go to his page and try to. Let me go to Prince Sagba page because he's one of the person who's been trying to sponsor Liberian TV network. And so we want to see if I can find his shots video that he. So yeah, this is let me see, Prince Abba, where are you? Where's your video? Well, if I can't find it, then you're out of luck, Prince. I wanted to show your short video for your business. If you have a business in Liberia and you want to gain partnership with us, let us know so we can advertise your business on Liberian TV. You know that the platform is doing great. We got a lot of views. We got a lot of people watching every time. We can bring you on the show, and then let me see if I can call Prince if you want to come on the show. Yeah, but anyway, if you want to come on the show, you can always you can let me know. You can email us. That's the email address on there. If you're watching from Facebook, this is YouTube. If you're watching from YouTube, that's the email address. You guys just watching, you don't want to comment, huh? You can, if you want to comment, ask me any question. So you guys look at my face. You can ask me any question at all. Yeah, but you know, one of the things I'm very happy for Liberia that this election went very well in the sense of it was peaceful. We are excited. I'm very happy for Josh Weah for accepting the election results. I mean, not every day you see that in Africa. Whether you think he should or whatever, not every day you see that in Africa. So I'm very happy that he did that because of him, our country is peaceful. Imagine if Josh Weah didn't accept that result. Right now, it would be a lot of problem because that's why I always tell people that Liberia needs influential people. Because everybody in Liberia, most of the people, our leaders, it's all about their own political interests. They are for power and all of that. But I think Liberia needs influence. Liberia needs influential people to go there, like George Weah, for example. He accepted the result because he loved the country. We need patriotic people too. I you whether you voted for Weah or not, there's no way you can say George Weah is not patriotic in the sense of the fact that he accepted the result for the sake of peace. At least there are some African president that will actually do anything to win that election. Even when they lose the election, when they lost the election, they still want to do something to turn the result in their favor. But they did whatever. If you think he did, they still managed and whatever thing you got to say. All we know is George Weah, he lost the election and he gave this beautiful speech. And he also, you know, he's right now. They're quiet. They're doing their thing. Joseph Boakai is now the man in the picture. So I think this is very. I don't know. The both people say democratic. The educated people say that one part. That's the democratic one. Yeah. So anyway, I will try to. Who want to come on the show? Let me see. If somebody email me without me knowing, while I'm running my mall here. Who want to come speak colloquial with me? Me, my mug, and boss. Me, I like to speak my colloquial. The people say, huh, you're in America and you're speaking that English. I say, yeah, so what? Because in America, I can't speak colloquial. The American people say, we can't speak colloquial. So anyway, let me see. I will copy this link and put it up here and say invite. All right. So if you want to come here, let's see if the link will work. Now you got. Hopefully the link. No, the link. Let me see. Video description. Well, too late now. I wanted to put a video. I want to put a link here, but you can only see it. But you can. So the only thing you can do, you can just email me. Then I'll be able to. I'll be able to send it to you because right now you can't click on it. It won't work. So that's the email right there. If you're watching on Facebook, hey, for a lot of you that haven't subscribed our YouTube page, I'm gonna say as people continue to come, If you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, please go and subscribe. Let me see. Let me call some brains and see. Yeah, so anyway, how you guys doing? This election was something else, it was really something. Some people sold their soul. I must say, some people sold their souls to be to for money, just to take sides. I'm glad, some of us we are not the type of people, because it's like, man, why will you, when the people depends on you, you do something? But this election was far more different than other elections that I ever seen in Liberia. Good patriotism, different characters, and like I've given Judge Weah credit already for accepting the election result before time. One thing, one of the person that I really, I'd say one of, it could be other people. One of the person that I really, that I wanted, that I expected to win was Alexander Comey. But after the election result, I got to understand, and the decision, certain decision he made, I understood why Liberian did not vote in. People, I don't know, some of the people that we interviewed on for the platform, the video, they said that he played games too much. And I used to understand why. I used to think that, why do you think he played games? And one of the things that happened that really disappointed me too, with him, after the election, the first election, he decided to not support one candidate. And it disappointed me because honestly, I'm one of those people that say, man, Alexander Comey, this guy have good background. He's a good administrative experience. He's a person who can really be president. He had no problem with somebody in like he was in part of this. He was not part of the war and stuff. Nobody knew him for that. I don't know him for that. So I was thinking, I said, man, this guy could be a good leader for Liberia. But after the election, the first election, he decided not to take side. For me, it was disappointing for me. I think when you are a leader, you're in the runoff election, your people look up to you to see who you are in those. But he decided not to. So before I continue that, let me put the person comment here. President Weah is an honorable man. We all are aware that the former president of America didn't accept his defeat. Yeah, no, that part of it, Cecilia, I would say for sure, President Weah, he really, even if you didn't like Weah, if you didn't vote for him, you got to be honest. I mean, it's not about CDC. If you really love Liberia, you got to really be honest with Judge Weah for what he did. Even the president, like a lot of African presidents don't accept election defeats. They don't accept it. That's why I think if I was somebody who had my own will, I would have given Judge Weah deserved even Nobel Peace Prize. And this is why it's all about accepting that result saves some life. Think about it. If Judge Weah has said, no, I'm not going to accept the result because of AYZ, like what other people were saying, imagine a lot of these guys that look up to him up to now would have been on the street. Like there are people, when you're a leader in Judge Weah position, there are people that are willing to, even like Liberian will say, that are people that are willing to die for you. And this is not what Liberia need. You need people that are very patriotic. Liberia need leaders. Liberia need people that will lead the country, influential people, people that will that will do different things than people that will do things differently than what we have seen. Imagine during those time, during Taylor time, all these things. There are people that were fighting for these people. Judge Weah is very. Judge Weah has his people that he influenced, and I think if he had said no, that would have been bad. There's a guy who passed yesterday that everybody was talking about how he was beaten and finally died yesterday. Even one life, it's important. And I think what George Weah did had changed he set the standard for Liberia. For the one our people say Liberian democratic. Because the thing is, the next president, let's just say, I don't think Joseph Boakai after the turn he will want to ever run again. But let's just say after Joseph Boakai, whoever wins the election, that person, I don't think that person will want to do things different. I think he will want to follow this Joey footstep, where for the first time, based on what I know, for a sitting president to just accept election result, because even we can say we can count Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time, because Ellen was she had her two terms, so there's no way she wanted to try to say I want to go three. I know African leader, African leaders are greedy, but the old man just wanted to go and rest. The same way Joseph Boakai, I think after one turn, there's no way on earth Joseph Boakai will even want to try to run again. But what I want to say to the old man, Joe, we respect you. He gave you the team. Please, please do well for the Liberian people. Even though the Southeastern people didn't vote for you, don't use that against them. If whoever didn't vote for you, don't use that against them. The Liberians have right to vote for who they want to vote for. Even the people who work on my channel, let me tell you this. I always tell them that I work on my platform, Liberian TV Network. I told them during the election, I said, I don't care who you go out there, you vote for. Vote for whoever. I have somebody that I want to vote for, that I want people to vote for, but I'll never force you to vote for anybody. You go vote for that person, the next day you show up for your work, you still get your job. If the 28th was the 29th or the 30th was the time, or the 31st was the time for election, you go, you vote on the 31st, on the first, you're still getting your pay. I am not gonna say because you vote for that person, so you are not supposed to work for my platform. I think these are some of the things that we need to set these things. Liberian had the right, they have the right to vote who they want to vote for. Um, and so for that reason, Joseph Boakai, now you are in power. Don't say I'm only gonna help this region that voted for me and the other southeastern region, and they say they voted for Joria. Now they will suffer in my hand. Liberian people, we don't want any problem. When you start doing that, that will be a serious trouble. So it's not me saying it, but generally you want to bring the people together. And I think also Joseph Boakai now has the power to bring the people together. He has more. He has more opportunity than any other Liberian president in the war. After the war, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time, she had to deal with so much. She has to deal with a country that had no budget, even though United Nations supporting her, but there's so much that United Nations need to settle. And she had to deal with the old AFL at that time. If you remember, there were a lot of riot. You have to deal with angry people who just came from war. They are traumatized and all these things. Angry citizen, who all of that. And then Judge Weah Time, he has to deal with his own thing too. The country didn't have the big budget, so they had to deal with their thing. And I think for Judge Weah, what let him down was people he hired. And if anybody want to come on the show to say anything about that, I'm ready. People he hired, they let him down. I think he hired the wrong people. I think some of the people he hired, they were party basic. He didn't hire people that can really. There are few people that really did well. I think there are a lot of people that Liberian praise, but there are a lot of people that didn't do their job. For example, I would name some stuff and give you an example. For example, Jefferson Kochi. I don't know. You can say no, but I think Jefferson Kochi he wasn't fit for that job. Monrovia City throughout the time when Mary Brown was mayor, Monrovia City was cleaner than when Jefferson Kochi became mayor. Um, why the certain time the airport was a lot of flight got canceled because of the bad management at the airport. And who was in charge? Who did they hire? Who was the person managing that place? The SKD, you know, SKD was bad, so that FIFA even had to ban Liberia, not ban, but suspend Liberia from playing certain amount of games there until they fix the place. Who is in charge of that place? So a lot of these things we cannot blame Judge Weah, but we blame the idea that he hired the wrong people. And I think some people like using Jefferson Kochi as an example. Some of these people got the job because they were part of the party. But if you were hiring somebody, you were making somebody superintendent of Grand Gita County, and you don't just make the person superintendent of Grand Gita County because they were part of your party, but you got to look around to say, okay, who is educated enough to be the head of that county? So you have to find somebody. I know some of these people that help you with your campaign. You can still find position for them and that fit them, but you can give them a position. You are the mayor of Monrovia, that you don't know what you are doing. Car going the same. They are going wrong directions. I think that's one thing. Another thing too, people that were around him, they didn't really do well for him. The propose houses they were building, I would have rather they focus on road connectivity than the purple houses. If you're building purple houses in Grand Jide, why didn't you focus on building? Why didn't you focus on building road? Because this thing is, if you build road for those people, I've said it many times. You build road for the people, they can build it. They can build their own houses and even better houses than purple houses. Because you see, there's people in the rural part of Liberia. They are very strong. They can hunt. They got a lot of things they can do. If, like, for example, a person coming from Granjida to sell their goods, it takes them 3 weeks. And by the time they reach Monrovia, all their stuff either destroyed, damaged, rotting, the meat rotting, and all of that. So how do you expect these people to make money? But if they have good roles, they can really do things themselves. So for me, I feel like people around Josh Weah, they didn't give him the right advice. And if you argue with me, well, why do you think he lost the election? That's one of the reasons people at some point. And another thing too, because people around him, I don't know whether because he was a former soccer star, we all love Judge Weah. Don't get me wrong, doing his as a footballer, but being a president doesn't mean if I were advisor to him, I would just tell him straightforward, hey, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. But I think people around him did not really tell him the truth. Everybody were calling him for basically calling him doctor, excellency, doctor. It's like sometimes I get so something about it, I laugh because I'm like, how would you call somebody so many doctor like that? Why they got 20 doctor degree, they still doctor. So if Jogvia had 20 doctor degree, they will be going doctor the whole day. Yeah, he's the man. Our people are something else. um, but yeah, but at the end of the day, I think Liberians show our leaders that hey, you can now the things are different these days. It's not like before when they said about the man try. There is no try. We want people that will come to power and make history. People that will come to power and break record. People that will come to power and compete with other countries like Ghana, Nigeria, other big countries like or other countries that came from war and still and doing well like Rwanda. Why Liberia always say, oh, because we come from the 15 years of civil war, and we're not getting nothing, and we are just trying to get on our feet. That's how they always talk. Then you hear another politician there speaking all the crazy English. I have come to use our country resources to develop the nation. I was like, man, this guy really speaking some type of village English. They don't know it. This time, the village English don't work. You go tell the Liberian people, I want to. They say, okay, how will you help us? Liberians are very hungry. The country is so hard that people are selling their own children. And, and then you come with this way back English. You are telling them, I come. How can you develop our country? The thing is hard. Yeah, to use the country resources as I am a very educated man who have exhibits different positions. So these Liberian people, they are something. I say you politician, they swear that on some of your the people suffering, then you come with stupid English, you think they will vote for you for that. I have at the end of these conversations. That's the English. Trust me, during the election, I used to be because my guys go out there and film a lot of these elections videos. So when I'm watching some of the, because I have to watch these videos so I can keep telling my guys what to do next time. So when I'm watching some of this video, I just laugh like, I'm yeah. as the most educated man from my village. I exerted some positions at the time when there was no one who have spoken. I said, but wait, now the thing you're talking, you even hearing it. But you see, when I go speak to our guys, then in somewhere like West Point, where these guys are already high, they are so high that they don't know what's going on. When they say, yeah, doing civics, they say, yeah. And these guys, some of them are drunk, they're high, they are frustrated. You know, the frustration is hard. So when you get a little money, you just want to buy your little tequila. No, that's America got tequila. Liberia has a palm wine or cane juice. You guys get a little money, they drink cane juice and get high with all the cooch. Then when the man go, he starts speaking that book, you know, based on my ability. And I know I've had the capability to lead the country. They say, okay, what can you do for us? We didn't say what you have. I'm here to use the country resources. Liberia, as we know it, and say, okay, keep it coming. I say sometimes when I'm getting a stressful day, I used to watch these politicians. I'm sorry if you missed those videos at times. Maybe that time you can go and watch them again, because the guy used to be. So tell me, yeah, give a little bit things about you. Well, I was the one who has spoken against the other president the other person who was in power at the time. In power, you speak like my Oma in a rural area. I say, speak like my papa who is in a rural area. I want to tell you the thing that I want to tell you. You know, they can say these things twice. They say, I want to tell you, what I want to tell you is that I'm here to save the nation from the corrupt and the people who have inherited. I said, but do you know what that means even? Do you even know what these things mean? You inherit people who have inherited. I want to say to you, to you, I will be the next president and help you to succeed in your life, in everything you have done. I say, okay, these people will kill me with their book. And okay, then now when they become elected now, we ask the people of Liberia, developing a country is not easy. I said, but why, when you were not in power, why you thought it was easy? Now you are in power, you're telling the people it's not easy. I said, yeah, Liberian people, you see, they may, so during election time again, there will be, when the people speaking that say English, they'll be, yeah, they will be doing all of that. I say, you're ready again. They may giving you kalabule. You know, there's something in Liberia called kalabule, a lot of lie or scam. That may giving you kalabule, you're falling for it. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about these Liberian politicians. They use that all the time, but this time, this going election, it was different. Liberian people didn't fall for that crazy English. When you ask one of them, so what can you do? Based on my ability, I believe I have had the capability to turn the country to a beautiful country. The country you're working in, the country that you are working in the glass. I say, well, I hope I can wear my shoes, because my steel toe shoe, I don't want the glass to juke me. So I am here to tell you, but what will you do to build a country so that people can work under the glass? Well, what you may know, the country has a lot of natural resources. Based on the natural resources that the country have had, I say, okay, have had. You move that man. The one that like when people can say, you move that man from the stage, man. The man respect say. When I'm watching the live video, I can just be saying by myself, I say, well, yeah, respect, I say. So these are some of the election fun. You guys can come on the show too and tell me some of your election fun. For me, this crazy like the rain English, that's what get me. That's why I thought it was funny. Then we have another guy who was running for president. Sorry, Alexander Comey, I like you as a person, but I gotta tell the joke on you. every morning that man go running. That man go run all around. Liberian people, you're bad. You're really bad. Oh. You're really bad. The man run all over every day. You will go running. Then you're not even giving go for. You even pick people like Appleton that nobody knew. You okay? Liberian people were so bad to my man at his honor coming that they even decided to give him Appleton vote. I said, what the hell is Anna coming to do to you guys now? That puppet my puppet there. My puppet tell all his story, his backstory with his children, his wife. When people say you think that thing we hungry. All that story you're telling how you have traveled and managed Coca-Cola. Yeah, I was a chief executive. They say, yeah, so wow, that it will eat. I think the next president need to understand. The next person who running for office now, they need to ask people like Joseph Wakai or um, George Weah or Ellen Joseph Sirleaf and say, okay, how did you do it? How did you go out there and win? Because the thing, and I say, no matter whatever we take back already, people eat our back already and don't vote. When we tell them our experience based on my ability, I know I had the capability. They don't vote for you for that nonsense. So they say we don't care about that nonsense. Yeah, but my papa made me. It was sad for my papa because it was a big surprise. Coming winning the election with a lot of morale. I'm an executive for Coca Cola. I'm this, I'm that, and people didn't vote for him, man. Who is the Appleton man? I still don't know who Appleton is. This election came with different things. You have a broom man. I never seen a broom man before in Liberia. Okay, all right. Let me do this. I think I'll have to play a video. Let me play a video. Then I'll take a quick break because to just I'll be back. But I just want to play this video of this guy who. Yeah, so this guy, he's yeah, the guy's story was very sad when we watched it recently. His story was very sad. He told me how things were so hard. I'm not trying to change the conversation, but I just wanted to show you guys something before. I just wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, but anyway, let me see. So yeah, my man Appleton came from nowhere and won this election. Not won the election and got a lot of votes over um my man Comey. I said, but how will Comey run every money, media market people? My advice to Comey from now on, please don't be running around thinking that the people will vote for you. Don't wait till election before you started going around people. Try to go around people before election. That way our people will vote for you. All right. Let me see. He has to like start going around people. Start. Now that the election is over, my thing is, I think Alexander Coming can still win the elect. He can still do better, but I think Liberian people thought he was. I don't know. There's something about him that the people thought he was. The people didn't believe in him for some reason. Liberian people didn't believe in him for some reason. Everybody kept saying something about him. I don't know what he did wrong. You guys can comment because some people say he was not real, he was this. So I don't really know what he did. Let me see, share screen. Yeah, so I'm gonna. Yeah, but anyway, this guy came from nowhere, and then. But anyway, I want to tell you guys the guy's story. He's his story was really touching the first time we watched it. Then we decide to do. We try to go there and interview him, but I want you guys to watch the story first, and then I will come. I will, yeah. Then we can. take it from there. I will tell you guys all about him. His story was very sad. The kind of struggle our people are going through is bad. Our people are going through a lot of struggle in Liberia. We pray that something happen in a good way. Oh, okay. 1 minute. Yeah. So who is on here? What you guys got going? Y'all watch this story, and I will share, and y'all tell me what you think.
I think I love Ethiopia. I love Ethiopia. This guy is actually blasting here, and we are coming to him. I don't want to fall, but I know that I'm screwing enough. Hello, Pa.
Hello, ma.
Of your TV network. Today, we actually here to know how your process goes, and if you have any challenges within this your work that you are doing, you should help us with your name and also maybe give us your contact number. For you, I'm not asking you your press because I was told that the person has to come on the feed to show interest before you give them the press. So,
My name is Solomon Sambola.
okay, Mr. Sambala.
Okay. As Baba try, we we are suffering, but some of us we don't want to get on the street now the way the other boys they are doing. So
Don't worry, I'm okay.
okay,
Thank you.
we decided to do the kind of work. You can see the bell rider parking over there. For the time they receive and cause there were no customer.
No customer.
No customer.
Wow.
Yesterday, I telling you true story. My woman came here yesterday, cry because of the hardship. I had to lie to her. I said, Monday somebody coming for the area. What about no con? That kind of agreement not between me and nobody. But the only way I can do, she stopped crying. I had to lie to her. It's not easy, mama. It's not easy. So you see all the election, you go on like this. We voted until because how many years now I can able to do the job? All the strength because every day coming the energy going the strength. 4 5 years from now, I'm not able to level the hammer. See?
Mm.
So all we get small trade, but no job. We can able to go there. See my friend are here that cheap driver, no job.
So there's other spot, right?
The other spot.
Okay.
Yesterday, he worked the shoot yesterday. He said he was going in time to go to someone friend then. So it's not easy. A lot of process we're passing through. They're like, thank God for the life. Yeah. So it's too much, man, to explain all the hard.
Yeah. So do you have any contact, like maybe if somebody want racks in the future, that if they sees this video for them to like call you to purchase?
Yes.
Yeah, please help me with it.
0880
0880
95
95
96
96
77.
77
Yeah.
0880
Yeah.
95
Yeah.
96
Yeah.
77.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even
so
on WhatsApp, Facebook, no more there.
okay, you are always on WhatsApp, right?
All the time.
Okay, no problem. I'll be checking up on you if there is anyone who needed. I'm sure they
Solomon
will
Sambola,
contact.
yeah.
Okay, Mr. Samuel. Thank you so much for talking to
So
Liberia
I'm
TV
gonna
Network.
I'm gonna
You're
play
welcome.
Okay,
that
thank you.
number part.
Of the racks are packed like this.
So anyway, this guy that you were just watching, he's a rock crusher. They're the people that break the rock and sell it to people who want rock in Liberia. And this guy, he was telling his story how he's struggling in Liberia. His story is very sad because his story is very sad. When I watched this story, I was very disappointed that we decided to do another video. To We sent somebody there to do a video where they can get his full name. His name is Solomon Sambala. Sam Bala. Let me put it in there. So the number you just had, that's his mobile money number too. But if you want to send him um Sambola, I think Bola. Yes, Solomon Sambola. So yeah, his story was very sad that I even had to send somebody there again to really Solomon. So luckily, we finally found somebody who went there, who decided to call that number that he called in few minutes ago, and the person actually bought rack from him. Based on what I learned, the person said it bought rack from all his racks, and so I'm very excited that the person bought the rack for him because his story was very sad. I couldn't. And now they bought right for him. There's some people maybe they might send mobile money to him, but either way it go, let me show this is his rocks. But let's see. Let me play this video and see.
Bag to be easy to carry. Yeah. So this is their place. Like the guy who was telling us about his rag, like he got sense. Rainy season time is still here. Yeah. So this is it. This bag is like 200 Liberian dollars, getting you the amount of rags. I think that's much more. Yeah.
My name is Kit.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to this. Yeah, his thing was his story was very sad. So we decided to send somebody to go and get his full name so that we can pull his stuff in the for anybody who want to send him mobile money. And he actually got called to, and the person went and bought his racks. And I'm glad that the person did, because if it, at least is what are some other people send him mobile money, I don't know, but this is his name plus the number he called in the video. Yeah, that's his name, Sambala. Sambola. I think Sambola, yeah. Yeah, but I can see if I wrote his number down. Let me see if I can go by. Maybe I'll reverse and try to playing commercial. That's how we get paid, my people. Yeah, when I say, where you playing that commercial for? But me, yeah, I laugh at our politician now speaking my own colloquy too. So I want to reverse the video so that I'm able to play, but then they'll play the commercial first. How many hours skipping? I want to put. Oh, okay. So I
Yeah,
muted
like,
microphone.
thank God for the life. Yeah. So
Uh,
it's too much, man, to explain all. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any contact, like maybe if somebody want racks in the future, that if they sees this video for them to like call you to purchase?
Yes.
Yeah, please help me with it.
0880
0880
95
all right.
95
96
96
77.
All right. So 0880950677. Let me see because I want to advertise it for anybody who want to send him mobile money. Yeah, so when we did this, somebody actually called his number. And so I'm gonna start it over so that I can just get the mobile number thing and put it in there for those of
Yeah,
you
please help me
watching.
with it.
0880
0880
95
95
96
96
77.
77
Yeah.
0880
Yes.
95
Yeah.
96
Yeah.
77. Okay,
Even
so
on WhatsApp,
Okay,
go
so I'm gonna put his number, Sam Bala. so you guys can see his name. Man, he got some serious name too. As much as I like him as a person, I gotta bring that up. Yeah, so yeah, man, people are really going through the struggle in Liberia. Like the guy told his story, I'm like, man, this is sad. Like people breaking rocks. I know I've been through. I didn't come from anything big. When I was in Liberia, we used to go to when I was 14, every school year I used to go to the gold camp to help my uncle the gold to survive. So it's let me see, Sambada Samuel. So I know how it is when you're struggling. Solomon Sen. Hopefully that's the right name because I don't wanna. If not, you can. If you try it doesn't work, try to email us. Then he gave us the right to put his number up here, so that's what we are doing it for. 231. So yeah, that's if anybody was saying him mobile money number, how he was telling the story that um his wife came crying, they didn't have nothing at the house, and he had to lie to his wife that somebody was coming to buy the rocks, and but it turns out that he didn't make arrangement with nobody. Yeah, so this is his number, Samuel Sambala. At least that's what I know about. Hopefully, I spelled it right, but I'm sure I did. If not, 231. Oh man, I just said 231, but I typed something else. I did, I did the US area code for Los Angeles. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna do it different. Oh man, I gotta start over. But yeah, it's one of those things that you hear people's story and you're trying to help, and that's what we're trying to do. And we are glad that we were able to connect him with somebody who actually bought rack for him. 2, 2, 3. I think that's 231. Yeah, 231. Yeah, so people, where you want to say, I'm here, I'm still here. I'll soon be leaving, by the way. So if anybody have something to say, you may say it now or forever hold your peace. I can't believe I was just telling all that politician joke and I was laughing out loud like that. That was funny. I think it was funny. If you think it's not funny, like my my friend, what's her name? This lady from she speaks too. She always joke. The way she can approach her thing is, oh, I'm saying this. So if you don't like it, go get your own channel. I always laugh every time she does that. Oh, I'm just saying this. So if you don't like what I'm saying, go get your own channel. I always laugh until you pay you're not good customer service. Yeah, but she's doing. I always watch her videos. She speaks too. Y'all go subscribe her channel. Yeah. So this is the guy who video I just showed, and that's his phone number. If you're watching from Facebook, I hope there's a way to show the both numbers. It doesn't do it like that. Okay. So that's his mobile money number. You can go if you check the comment section, you'll be able to see these numbers too. I already typed them in. If you want to help him, his story was sad when he was saying that his wife went to his work where he was crushing these racks, and he has all the rack pile up, and when the wife was crying, he had to find a story to tell his wife, and he said that there was somebody coming to buy the racks, and that part of it was like it was. And when he was talking, at some point he got emotional, and I felt that, man, this is really sad. Yeah, but so anyway, this is what we have, and I just want to. I hope you guys took this number down. I'm going to show it too on Facebook so you people can see. If you're on Facebook, this is the number. You can do something if you can help him. That's his mobile money. If it's not going through, just call that number. and then you will be able to get in touch with him. Hopefully, you can get in touch with him because sometimes his phone can be off when he's at work. So many places there's no internet. He's on WhatsApp, by the way, so you can use WhatsApp to call him. Anyway, I think a lot of you have been here the whole day watching me. I interviewed the main person that I came to interview, and I just kept going. And I haven't done this for a long time. I used to do a lot of live video. Now I'm back. I am back. In my job, it's a little bit slow now because we're in holidays. So yeah, some of you who used to be asking me, when are you doing to do video again? Well, I'm gonna be doing video now. I'll try my best to do video all the time. But we will have somebody in Liberia that will be going live all the time. So we hope you guys get ready for live video. The person will be going live on Facebook. So if you haven't followed our Facebook page, Liberian TV, it's just Liberian TV, nothing more. Liberian TV Network. It's Liberian TV Network. Go follow our Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, go follow our YouTube. I want to say thank you to my brother for coming on the show. But he did a great job. He's a very good son. He came to clear his mother's name. And I think somebody was commenting too the whole time. I think that's his family or somebody. Thank you so much for watching. I've been sitting here for more than 2 hours, 20 minutes, but this is not new. I've done show here where before I go, let me check my email. Maybe somebody wanted to come and I didn't bring them on. But this is not new for you guys. Sometimes one time I was here for like 4 hours with Stefan, and we really went up for a very long time. So anyway, the last thing I'll say before I go, if you haven't subscribed us on YouTube, please go subscribe us. If you haven't followed us on Facebook, please go follow us. We will be going live on Facebook a lot, and then the video we will upload a video on YouTube. So we are hoping that you guys can go subscribe us, and if you want to support our page, you can check our YouTube page. We have a little link there on the main page, and there you can help our channel because like I say, I have this little mic that I just bought. Each time I'm buying my guys equipment, it's not easy to do what we do here. It's not easy. This mic is what you're gonna put on, then you'll hear the real quality audio. These are small, but these are for iPhone basically. A lot of Liberian YouTubers probably don't know about that because I haven't seen it with them. These peaks go in the phone. The other one goes, yeah, this one goes on you, and the other one, if you're interviewing another person, you can put it on them. It's gonna be great. Or if not, you can just, if there are two person, you can say, hey, so how you doing today? You can do that too. It's like a little mic. I'm gonna design it to make it better so that it can go on selfie stick, so that when you are interviewing, when my guys are interviewing somebody, we can design it better. I will find better mic too for them too. But I just want to say thank you again for sitting with me, hearing all my stuff. It's hard to leave you guys when you're. Oh, I think I say I'm tired. It's hard to leave you guys when you're still watching, but hey, I have to go. And thank you. I hope you guys you watch me next time. I appreciate you. There'll come a time when somebody else will do the job, and I will be behind it saying like I usually do. Thank you. Bye bye.